prawn curry. Hi, I'm Anupa and I welcome you to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana and a warm welcome to our series of cooking for beginners. Let's make prawn curry, and this one with coconut. Basic coconut based prawn curry, very simple, slightly spicy but very tasty. For this, what do we need? We need deveined prawns, fresh coconut, red chilies soaked in water, coriander leaves, onions, kokum, garlic, coconut milk, turmeric powder, salt, coriander seeds, oil. So to begin with, first thing that we need to do is to make the paste. So for that, we'll need to heat up a kadhai in which we'll take some oil. Now while the oil is getting heated, let me tell you one thing. The chilies that I'm using here are de-seeded. So whenever you use any dry chilies, first soak them in water and then remove the seeds. So when you remove the seeds, the chilies automatically don't get very spicy. The main spice lies in the seeds. So if you remove the seeds, the chilies are not very spicy. So we are using the red chilies, the dried one, which are soaked in water, and we have de-seeded them so that it becomes easier for us to grind. Chilies grind well only after they are soaked. So these are soaked chilies which we have de-seeded, and oil is also hot, in which we'll add some onion. We'll saute this for a while till the onion starts browning. Now this curry that I'm showing is specially from the region of Malvan in Maharashtra, where coconut is predominantly used in the cooking. But since I'm showing this recipe specially for you as you are beginners, I feel that one should definitely know how to make a prawn curry which is coconut based. Firstly, because it's extremely tasty, as coconut and prawns is quite an ideal combination, and apart from that, it is also very easy to make. Other than the other intricate curries of Indian cooking where a lot of masalas is needed, a lot of cooking is required, comparatively this is quite a simple recipe. You see the onions here are getting cooked, but you need to brown them, and along with the onions we also have to brown the fresh coconut, because in Malvan people there use fresh coconut, whereas there are other regions where people use dried coconut. Although it's the same thing, one is fresh and one is dried. Both recipes are different and they taste different. Fresh coconut tastes much better according to me. Okay, so the onion has started browning. What we'll do now here is we'll add some garlic and some coconut. Actually, coconut can also be roasted, as in dry roasted, but if you add little oil, the flavor comes out even better. So that is why I have used some oil in this, otherwise it can also be roasted. Okay, so now I see the coconut has got quite dry, which means it has got sauteed or lightly roasted. So we'll switch off the heat and we will transfer all of this into a mixie jar. Actually, you should not be grinding all these things hot, but we'll still give it a try. So along with the coconut, we've got onion and garlic, to which I'll add these soaked red chilies. We'll add coriander seeds. We'll add some turmeric, and all of this will now be ground to a fine paste. Let's add some water to this. This needs to be ground to a very fine paste, so how much of a water it may take, just add, but don't make the paste quite watery, it needs to be thick. So add water little by little. Okay, so by now this is done. It's smooth paste, I'll show you. This is quite a smooth paste, and you see the color, it's all because of the chilies. We have used the non-spicy chilies, and especially these chilies give good color to the food. So you don't really have to add any artificial color. This is just fine. Let's take some oil again in the pan. Now that the oil is well heated, let's add some chopped onions, and along with the onions we'll also add some garlic, very little chopped garlic. Till the time this is getting sauteed, let's do one more thing here. I have fresh prawns with me, you see them, so fresh they are, to which we'll add some salt, little bit of turmeric powder. Turmeric is quite an essential ingredient with seafood, especially if you feel that the seafood is not smelling too good. Or there are quite a few people who have this aversion to the smell of seafood, but they are quite fond of eating them. So if you apply some turmeric to the fish, it doesn't smell too fishy. And mind you, if a fish smells too fishy, it definitely is not a good fish, which means it's not very fresh. It's probably stale. So try and get fish as fresh as possible and try and use it the very same day. And if you want to freeze it, then you have to freeze it immediately. Okay, so we'll just have a look at the onions here. Okay, so this is got sauteed. Now what we'll do is we'll add in the ground paste here. Lovely, this is looking just fine. There's quite a bit of paste in this bowl. I have a trick here. What you should do is put some water in this. In any ways, you have to add more water to the gravy and just give it a spin. Whatever excess is stuck to the bowl of the blender jar will all come out. You see this? Okay, let's get back to the pan. So the gravy we have sauteed well. Now the gravy is saying, where are my prawns? So here goes in the prawn. Okay, so time to add some salt here. But the gravy is quite thick, so you will have to add in more water. We still have not added anything for sourness, for which I am going to add one piece of kokum and we'll mix it once again. That's it. And we'll place a lid. We'll wait for the prawns to go tender. And that's it, the curry is just ready to be served. So by now the prawns are done, the color is very beautiful and the prawns also have cooked well. Only one thing that is left to be added, and that is coconut milk. So we'll add coconut milk in this. After you add coconut milk, just mix it well and switch off the heat, because coconut milk has the tendency of splitting. You cannot heat it for a very long time. So coconut milk has to be added towards the end to any gravy, whether it is fish, prawns, chicken, mutton or even vegetables. So after you add coconut milk, switch off and serve hot prawn curry with steamed rice. We'll garnish this with some coriander leaves. That's it. Prawn curry is ready. Serve this with steamed rice and make this recipe just the way I have made it and you'll be very proud of yourself.